The League of Women Voters was founded almost 100 years ago with the right to vote for women. Not only the right to vote, but an informed vote.
You need to know everything about that candidate. You need to be able to ask that candidate questions.
I think that the organization is going to continue to attract a diverse membership, and I think that that will help us in working toward the goal of better representation for everybody.
There's a wonderful opportunity here for people who are younger to come and learn from women who have been part of social movements for years and years.
It's our job to be a mentor to the newer members because they're the ones, after all, that are going to be carrying the banner of the League into the next 100 years. We stand for the nonpartisanship that we should all have as leaders in our democracy today.
The Center Region Active Adult Center is a vibrant, inclusive, and happening location designed for active adults, 55 years and over, to be social and participate in new experiences while also staying close to home. We promote healthy aging through our many activities and health forums, as well as lifelong learning through classes and social interaction that suit almost any lifestyle. Whether you prefer line dancing followed by a walk, or a game of bridge and a meal, the center is sure to have something for you. Visit crpr.org for more info.
You're watching CNET, Center County's Government and Educational Access Network.
Let's call the Board of Commissioners meeting to order at 10 o'clock. All those who are able, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Do we have any public here for comment this morning for items not appearing on today's agenda? Seeing none, any additions to the agenda from the board?
None I'm aware
No?
of.
All right. I think we've got a great meeting here today. As long as the meeting minutes are fine, we'll take a motion.
I'll move to approve the minutes from the meeting held on August 19th.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the meeting held on August 19th. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose nay. Motion carries. Moving on to our proclamations, we have two important ones this morning. Proclamation number 39, proclaiming August 31st as Overdose Awareness Day and September as National Recovery Month in Center County. And I believe Carrie's handling this one.
Yes, good morning. Here before the board to request recognition of International Overdose Awareness Day, which is August 31st, and then September is National Recovery Month. So in honor of those dates, we will hold our annual Candlelight Remembrance Ceremony tomorrow evening, Wednesday, August 27th, at 6:30 p.m. and we're at Talleyrand Park again this year. We last year was our first year there, and we really enjoyed it and thought we would continue to have the service there. So we welcome families and friends to share stories and pictures and memories of their loved ones. These are our community members that we have lost, and they are someone's son or daughter, fathers, mothers, husbands, everyone's family members. So we deserve to remember them on this evening. So stigma still prevails around addiction and opioid use and harm reduction efforts. And that contributes to the harsh realities that those in addiction face, as well as their families who are isolated when they experience an overdose death. So tomorrow night as well, the courthouse will be illuminated purple, as we do every year, and to spread awareness of substance use disorders and promote the message that treatment is effective and recovery is possible. So since 2013, in Pennsylvania alone, over 50,000 individuals have lost their lives as a result of a drug overdose death. 181 of those here in Center County. It's currently estimated that we lose one Pennsylvanian every 2 hours to a drug overdose death. And that it doesn't just impact that person, it impacts their whole family and their friends and their community. So we really encourage relatives and friends of people with substance use disorders to implement preventative measures, recognize the signs of the problem, and guide those to appropriate treatment and recovery support services. And we really want to celebrate those that are in recovery, not just in the month of September, but every day that they continue to fight this battle. So hopefully everyone will come out and join us tomorrow evening.
Thank you so much, Carrie, and knock on wood here. It looks like the weather's going to be really nice.
Yes.
Very moving ceremony, great testimony from some of the survivors or those who are in recovery. And as you mentioned, recovery is possible. And nationally, there has been some steady progress on reducing overdose deaths. I think Narcan has a fair bit to do with it, but also the efforts from counties nationally, and especially here in Center County. Any death from an overdose is tragic, but our rate of people passing from overdoses is a fraction per 100,000 of the counties that surround us. Pass it over to Commissioner Concepcion.
Yeah, well, I'd like to just thank you for planning this remembrance ceremony, and for those who work with the Hope Initiative have planned this, because I think it's a really important time to meet together and have some solemn remembrance of those that have been lost, and recognition of the families who have lost loved ones, and the impact that it has on that ripples through families and communities. And for many people, the pain of losing someone is, that goes on for so many years. And I think it's, providing the space for families to come meet each other and talk about their loved ones and share some remembrances is a really moving time. And I think it, it sends, I think, a message to the community too, that these are our, people who experience addiction are people who are part of our families and communities, and we want to do whatever we can to help them, before something, really tragic occurs. So, thank you so much.
Well said, Commissioner Concepcion. Commissioner Dersham.
I guess to layer on the conversation, I think it's a very powerful event, and I think it's one of those times when a lot of folks that maybe feel marginalized or perhaps unheard have the opportunity to bond and spend time with a lot of folks that are of like mind and are very supportive, and the families that are left behind often are just forgotten. And it's an opportunity for those folks to spend some time and really understand and help the community understand what kind of pain and healing needs to occur for them as well. And I think it's a really, I guess it's a powerful event. We welcome everybody to come out. There'll be a lot of folks there, and some folks that are in recovery or have lost folks that probably will give testimony, and it's really just something. And it's important, I think, that we recognize this event every year and recognize Recovery Month and everything that wraps around it. But I think one of the things that needs to be touched on is our MAT program at our jail. And that's
very effective.
It's medication-assisted therapy. When we first started the Hope Initiative and the whole conversation about why we were losing so many people to drug overdose, we didn't really understand, and we looked at the numbers, and I remember the coroner and folks, and your predecessor in your office, Carrie, we all looked at this and went, what is going on here? And one of the things that we saw was folks were entering the correctional facility, both ours and others, and they would dry out, quote unquote, for that period of time, and then they would go back out and start using again, and oftentimes using at the same rate that they were just a few weeks or months ahead of that. And what was happening is there were so many people that were going out and overdosing, experiencing overdose, and then oftentimes at that time, before the age of Narcan and other solutions, they died. And so we were taking note of that, and one of the things about the MAT program is it addresses that while they are in our care, so they can have a better chance of survival and a healthy outcome when they get out. And I really want to thank you for all the work you've done with not only with the MAT program at the jail, but working with corrections and our drug court to make sure that we have the facilities and the resources available for people to be successful. And a lot of things have changed in the last 10 years, and that is dramatically one of them. And it wouldn't have happened without the hard work of our county staff. So, and a lot of folks outside the county as well. So, thank you.
Yeah, also well said, Commissioner Dersham. I think we're both remembering the one young man who had celebrated all but one of his adult birthdays at the Center County Correctional Facility. Came out, tried to use at his old rate, and his heart just couldn't take it, even though he was on the younger side.
But those days will hopefully be on the mend.
Yes, hopefully so. So thanks again, Carrie, for coming. Anything else to say?
I wanted to get a picture, but it's very difficult. So this year we did advertise on the electronic billboard out on the Benner Pike. Yes, so we've been advertising this whole month about the event, and so, but it was a little too difficult to secure a picture of that. But we were very happy to partner with Applegate Recovery for that billboard, and then this evening some of our other partners will be in attendance with resource tables, State College Medical, Crossroads Counseling, the folks from Penn State Health, and Applegate will have Narcan as well. So it's great to have our partners, and we're glad to receive the funding we do from the state with the grants to help with the MAT program, because it has been extremely successful, but also extremely costly. So
I want to just again thank Applegate. They've not only partnered on this, but so many other projects, and they put so much naloxone, Narcan out into the community. And we've seen some demonstrative results from that, which have been very, very positive, and we want to thank them for all their efforts as well.
So to reiterate, tomorrow, Wednesday, 6:30, Talleyrand Park at the gazebo.
yes.
I don't know, probably can't quite get that from the distance, but the Hope Remembrance Ceremony, always great testimony, always very impactful. And barring a car accident or a board meeting blowing up, I'll definitely be there. Great. All right, unless there's anything else, I think we could take a motion.
I will move that we adopt Proclamation 39 of 2025, proclaiming August 31st, 2025 as Overdose Awareness Day and September 2025 as National Recovery Month in Center County.
And I will second that.
We have a motion and a second adopting Proclamation 39, proclaiming August 31st as Overdose Awareness Day and September as National Recovery Month in Center County. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Great. Thanks, Carrie. Come on up. Come on up. And we'll get everything moved here. Thanks, JJ. Center on the gazebo and Talleyrand Park. There you go. Or do you need us to go a little bit more toward Bill Hunt? Okay. All right. This good, JJ?
Oh, yeah, y'all are great.
All right.
All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, well.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yes, indeed. I'll see you before
First
tomorrow
official
night.
picture after the
Yeah.
fair.
Set up.
I think I'm a tiny bit more tanned. Was a great fair, by the way. Good weather.
What fair is that?
What fair is that? The only fair, Steve. The Great Grange Fair.
Oh, that's right. There was a Grange.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Just teasing.
A lot of fun and great weather. And
Yeah,
all three of
it
us
was-
spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, it didn't rain terribly.
Nah, just the one day.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. All right, so now, Proclamation 40, one of our other important proclamations, proclaiming September as Suicide Awareness Prevention Month and September 10th as Suicide Awareness and Prevention Day in Center County. And we have Marissa from Jenna Marie Foundation here, and I don't know if you brought any backup with you, but they're welcome to join you too.
It's just me today.
All right. Now, just checking with the press, do you want her maybe over here for better angles? Gary says yes. I should have thought of that for Carrie. Go ahead, yep, mic's on.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me today and for once again proclaiming September as Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month and September 10th as Suicide Prevention Day. As you know, this is a cause that is very personal to
Yes.
me. In 2011, I lost my older sister Jana to suicide, and since then I have lost 2 cousins to suicide. And so I think any time that we can use our collective voice for a cause, where we can come together and really make a difference, it's important, whether it be for Suicide Prevention Month or Recovery Month. These months are so much more than just those 30 days. It's that reminder that in our communities, we are all working together to help everybody be able to thrive with the tools and resources that they have. And so September is no different. So this September, we have a lot of great activities planned. They're more than just this month, though. Of course, many of them are ongoing throughout the year. On September 2nd, the Center County Suicide Prevention Task Force will be once again hosting its annual suicide prevention rally at the stairs of the courthouse in Bellefonte from 12 noon to 12:30.
What was the date on that again?
September 2nd. So on
believe that
next
is next week
Tuesday, that
Tuesday.
you will be there.
Great.
And we blocked off the meetings, Amber,
Great.
so that we're not going to have an 11 o'clock that day, as I
Sounds good.
remember.
Yes. And so we'll have speakers, we'll have music. It's a rather short event, but a very powerful one that again highlights all of the work that is being done throughout the county and the ways that the government and nonprofits and agencies and school districts are really coming together to help make a difference when it comes to protecting the lives of young people and adults within our community. And then on September 10th is the annual World Suicide Prevention Day event, an evening of hope, healing, and remembrance. That'll be at the Bollesburg Fire Hall. It's going to start at 5:30 p.m. and we'll have a free community dinner that's catered by Chef Lorber from the State College Area School District Culinary
yeah.
Arts
Good
Program.
program.
It's amazing food. And then we'll move into our program that will begin around 6:30 p.m. where we'll have speakers. Center Dance will be there. Biscuit Jam will be providing music. And we will end with a candle lighting ceremony by Evelyn Wald. And then on September 20th is Jana Marie Foundation's annual concert with a little help from our friends, which is really about celebrating resiliency and community and the sense of belonging, which we know are protective factors when it comes to preventing suicide. And then, of course, we have lots of different educational opportunities that are all offered at no cost. So if you're wondering, how do I get involved? How do I make a difference? How do I be there to support someone? You can always come to one of those programs. And those are offered every month throughout the year. We have QPR, or Question, Persuade, Refer, suicide prevention training. It's an hour to an hour and a half, so it's not a huge time commitment, but it teaches 3 steps that anyone can use to help save a life. We started last year offering CALM, or Counseling on Access to Lethal Means. So that one is really looking at how do we create a safe environment. So again, how do we have those conversations with someone to make sure that they're safe, and then education around medication storage, gun safety. It's a very neutral training, but a lot of really great information in there. And then mental health first aid, which looks at mental health and substance use, so how we're able to help someone who may be experiencing a challenge or even at that point of crisis. And then what can we do to get them connected to resources and be that support person for them throughout. So lots of great, like I said, educational opportunities as well throughout the month.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Marissa, and we've really enjoyed watching your organization grow, moving into additional areas, moving into your beautiful new space.
Yes.
Over in the Scenery Park area, just off, is it on Rolling Ridge or just off Rolling Ridge?
It's on Rolling
It's
Ridge.
on Rolling Ridge.
Yep, 432 Rolling Ridge Drive,
Yes.
Suite 3. So if you haven't seen it yet, come on over.
Oh, you
It's
should. It's
beautiful.
really nice. So kind of like an art gallery and a counseling place at the same time.
Yes.
So it's gorgeous. I'll hand it over to Commissioner Concepcion.
Well, thank you for being here to highlight this, really important work that's being done by your organization, also through county government and other nonprofit organizations, really all working together in our communities to raise awareness, to decrease stigma, because these can be difficult topics to talk about, but it's really important to talk about. And we know that having conversation and talking about this issue can save lives, because it helps point people in the direction of help that is available. And for people who may be experiencing suicidal ideation to know that there are resources there's people who want to help, and that, you know, there's a community that recognizes this as an important concern, and that we care about people who are having these experiences, as well as the families who have lost loved ones. We know our community has, you know, there's any number of young people who we've lost to suicide over the past few years in really devastating circumstances. And, you know, I know on campus, with anytime you have a large university population, there's kids under a lot of pressure, and for them to see these messages too is really important. And I know you do work with those groups as well. And thanks for all the trainings. I would encourage anyone in the community that has any interest, you know, to attend one of these trainings or do an online training that's available, because it can really give you the tools that you need, you know, to be able to help somebody that you may encounter. And you never know when you might encounter somebody who needs that help. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you.
Commissioner Concepcion. Commissioner Dershowitz.
Well, again, thank you for everything that you do. You've been very instrumental in setting Center County on a very good path for mental health, not only education but recognition, and reducing stigma and all the things that go with it. And there's a lot of sort of cross intersections between mental health and substance abuse, and I think those co-occurring conditions often feed off of one another. Somebody who may have severe mental health issues try to self-medicate and try to find ways around that, and both areas need addressed, and we are in the business of making sure that we have the funding available and the resources and the programming available for folks to get help. And with your help, that makes it a little bit easier, because folks need to be able to recognize that they have a problem first or have an issue, and then they have to have an avenue for some relief. And our MHID program and our DA program and all the other programs that we run in Center County couple very well with yours and other folks in the community that make a big difference, and we appreciate that, and look forward to celebrating with you on these occasions coming up. And I know well, I have to ask, actually, is Ian Farmer going to be at the...
He is not this year.
Oh.
Yes. So he's been traveling a little bit more.
He's
but
like
he'll be
the
around
best.
To support.
Okay, all right. He's like the best.
We have Jim Colbert, who will be playing.
Okay, all right.
Jim's fabulous,
He's great too.
So.
He knows so many songs.
I'm just such a big Ian fan.
I know.
It's all good.
Me
But
too.
look forward to all those events, and I'd encourage the public to come out and join us and see what's going on in Center County that's making a big difference. And thank you for being one of those big change agents.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So just want to mention, of course, Commissioner Concepcion touched on it, suicide is one of the leading causes of death across every age range in the country. Steve mentioned a little bit the 988 suicide and mental health hotline has been operational now for over a year. Yep. And here in Center County, Center Helps has the highest answer rate in the Commonwealth at 99%. And they offer a broad variety of additional services and referrals, of course, to Jenna Marie Foundation, Center County Mental Health, and the dozens of additional human services nonprofits that would assist with that. And as Steve mentions, of course, a lot of times there is co-occurring situations between mental health and drug addiction. So thanks again for all the work that you and your staff are doing.
Thank you.
And looking forward to all your events coming up in September.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Marissa.
Unless there's anything else, I think, any questions from the press? No? We can take a motion then.
I will move that we adopt Proclamation 40 of 2025, proclaiming September 2025 as Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month, and September 10th, 2025 as Suicide Awareness and Prevention Day in Center County.
And I will proudly second that.
We have a motion and a proud second to adopt Proclamation 40, proclaiming September as Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month, and September 10th as Suicide Awareness and Prevention Day in Center County. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We'll come on up, Marissa, and we'll take the photo again.
pretty much set.
Yeah, you're pretty kind of there between both. This way?
Just
Well,
the
not you want to go a
top.
tiny bit.
Yeah, sorry.
He wants the
Since
exact
since
center.
there's an even number of y'all.
Yes.
All right, 3-2 smile. Oh, that was good. We only
All right,
needed
if you
another
want,
one.
nobody
Yeah,
blink.
there.
All right.
Blinking.
You
Thank
sure?
you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Sorry, thank
It
you.
was good seeing Jeff on Friday too. So.
Oh, good.
Right. We have our first contract, I believe involving a solar energy project, and we have Elaine and Scott here to talk about it.
Elaine, if you just hit the space bar, it should pop right.
Okay,
All right.
thanks. That was our
All
question.
right, and we'll let Gary and Tim and CNET, Stephanie get good angles here.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
My name is Elaine Ivasovic Lozada. I'm with Sustainable Energy Fund. We have an agreement with the county, a services agreement with the county to administer the CPACE program. So we're going to talk briefly about that. CPACE stands for Commercial Property Assessed Clean Energy. And it is a financing tool that provides long-term financing for energy efficiency, renewable energy, water conservation, indoor air quality, and resiliency projects for commercial property. It does so by utilizing private capital financing, which becomes a special assessment and becomes a voluntary lien against the property, and it gets paid through this assessment alongside the property tax process, which is where you all come in to
Yes.
play, the county process. It creates measurable savings. Often it is a time for deferred maintenance or better standards in new construction, which is the project that we are looking at today. And then, like I say, it gets billed and collected alongside the property tax process. How it works is property owner develops a project, they come up with their scope, and then they identify a private capital provider, much like shopping for any other commercial loan. They submit their application through Sustainable Energy Fund's portal, and then we check with the county throughout the process. A lot of conversations with Ray and his team to make sure that's compliant. The project is complying and is eligible for CPACE. We review that application and then submit it to you all for ultimate approval for the project to receive CPACE financing, and then we close on the project. CPACE in Center County was first enabled in 2020. And then for energy efficiency, renewable energy, and water conservation projects. In 2022, the state expanded that, and Center County quickly also expanded their program to allow for indoor air quality and resiliency projects to be financed as well, and also to add multifamily housing as a property type. And here we are today, which we're asking that the first CPACE project be approved to eventually, in short order, close financing here for Center County. And a little bit about the project. It is, as we're now aware, the Home 2 Suites Hotel on East Trout Road. It's 115 guest rooms, 65,000 square feet. In addition to guest rooms, we have they have a lounge area, fitness center, laundry services, and staff space. The total development cost is around $20 million. And of that, the CPACE eligible expenses come to about $1.6 million. The interest rate is being determined as we speak. They lock that in very close to closing. It is an energy efficiency project. It's new construction, so they are putting in the eligible measures, we call them, which includes the building envelope, the electrical and lighting, HVAC, and plumbing. And those are all coming in better than code to be eligible for CPACE. We are calculating the annual savings and environmental impact. So when the project closes, we will have final numbers for, what will be saved both from the environment and from a cost perspective. The property owner is Shiloh Road Hotel LLC, and the capital provider is Pace Equity, and they are one of the many capital providers that lend in this space across the country and are registered in Pennsylvania. We are here today because part of the process here in Center County is that the commissioners ultimately will get to approve the projects that will ultimately be part of that assessment role. And I'm happy to take any questions.
Well, maybe almost more of a statement. This type of financing will allow developers and property owners to utilize more advanced energy efficiency programs, potentially solar or other types of power generation. And in this case, it looks like almost 10% of the cost of the project will be paid for by the CPACE, which until the commissioners enacted the resolution and you started working it, that was money that the property owner would get eventually, someday, 20, 30, 40 years out. This monetizes it right up front, and it helps projects happen. And as you mentioned now, it also covers multifamily and apartment type complexes too.
Yeah.
Questions from the other commissioners?
Not really a question, but I'm just glad that we're getting a project that's been proposed under this program, and I hope that we can get the word out so that more projects can take advantage of this funding, because I think it's really a good opportunity to get financing that helps you provide for those energy efficient features that will save money over the long term for any project, but it can add to the upfront cost. So this is really a good way to be able to put together a capital package for a large project like this. And it's good to hear that indoor air quality is part of this. I think through the course of the COVID pandemic, we learned so much about the importance of indoor air quality, which is not only, related to pathogens, but also substances, in the air and pollution, and making sure that we're really getting our air filtered and turned over frequently makes a big difference in people's just feelings of mental clarity and health for the long term. So it's good to note that that's another part of this that can be used towards the CPACE program. So thanks for being here to explain the project, and I hope that developers who are looking at doing projects throughout Center County will consider approaching the county and your organization about how they can take advantage of this program.
Sure.
I have a question.
Oh, good.
Besides just solar and would it be geothermal? What other things, like Amber touched on air quality? What other energy efficient processes do people look at for the CPACE program?
Common are upgrades to heating and air conditioning systems, lighting, going from incandescent to LED lighting, water conservation, so low flow toilets, low flow faucets, the controls for the building, so all of the automatic lights or automatic sinks, automatic flushes, geothermal, wind, it can be a consideration, solar. We have in the program guidelines that Center County has their own county guidelines. There's a list, non-exhaustive list of possible upgrades. And, it's almost the sky's the limit if you're going for more efficient.
It could be additional insulation, it could be
higher
Like
R value
building
insulation,
envelope.
building envelope to shore up the external parts of the building, doors, windows,
water heaters. Yeah, I'd love to hear, because I'm fascinated by all the, I think
We're
people
happy
need to
to
just
keep
hear
going.
about this in general, people who just want to make some
My name
changes.
is Scott DeStefan. I am the Vice President of Investments and Development at SCF. So I do most of the review process of CPACE. So when those projects come in, I'm the one who's looking at the documents to ensure they're meeting the guidelines. To answer your question about some of the other projects, some of the stuff we've seen new roofing. If they're putting on a white roof to keep the roof cool, if they're adding extra insulation to the roof to make it more sustainable. We've done that. Other projects we've heard of, water turbine, like micro hydro systems like that, for acid mine drainage.
Okay.
So we've seen projects like that have been done. The one that we did in Allegheny County, they used an air barrier on an old brick wall. So it prevented the infiltration of anything coming through the wall, so it stopped it. So
Used to call that balloon framing back in the old-timey days. That's how they insulated the buildings.
it was a way for us to be able to, they wanted to use that wall for the new building, and they keep it original, but to do it and get it in CPACE, they put the air barrier on there.
That's great. Nice.
As Elaine mentioned, the list extensive. We are always, we have actually an CEM, Certified Energy Manager, on site at SCF, Brent Beck. If anybody ever has any questions about what could qualify, we are there to answer any questions for whatever type of projects could qualify.
Nice.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you for going into a little greater detail. I'm just fascinated by all the things you can do to make make your, whether it's a home or a commercial property, more energy efficient.
And if one point to note as well, if any part of that structure can't support some of the measures that are being installed, those additional upgrades to support those measures can also be financed. So if a new roof is needed to support solar panels, then that can be financed as well.
Like high R windows,
Yeah.
all that kind of,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
So, great program, allows property owners to invest money in energy efficiency and then not have to wait 40 years to have the payback in little dribbles. You can get it right up front to help develop the project.
Sure.
Do we have any questions from the press on this issue? All right. Anything you wanted to add, Ray?
No, after this meeting, we're going to meet with the treasurer and the assessment office and tax claim to just outline what their roles would be after this goes through, because it is tied to the tax parcel with the assessment, with their tax billing, so.
So implementing this actually crosses 4 county departments then? All right.
Probably recorder of deeds as well.
Yes, maybe 5.
Yeah, and that is worth noting that the county is part of a multi-party agreement, the statement of levy and lien, that is the closing document for CPACE financing, and that agreement is between the county, the property owner, the capital provider, and the program administrator.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe we should go ahead and approve that then, so you guys can move forward.
I will move that we approve the statement of levy and lien assessment agreement with Home 2 State College Hotel.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the statement of levy and lien assessment agreement with Home 2 State College Hotel. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. Great.
Good work.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Elaine and Scott. Appreciate it. And thanks, Ray. We'll give people a second to clear out. And then Jonathan has a small contract for us.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Before you for consideration is a contract with Dan Willis Architecture for an accessibility compliance audit for 18 county polling locations. This contract includes up to 158 man-hours and a not-to-exceed value of $11,000.
Great. Well, thanks for covering that, Jonathan. We do appreciate Dan giving us a very reasonable hourly rate for this project. Commissioner Concepcion?
Yeah, and I think it's worth noting that we've already done some accessibility work and examination, and this is what we're looking at is some of the sites that were not very easy to either change or easily come up with some solutions. So this should be really helpful in figuring out some steps going forward.
Commissioner Dershowitz?
I'm good, thank you.
All right.
I will move to approve the contract with Dan Willis Architecture.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the contract with Dan Willis Architecture. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. Great, thanks,
Thank you.
Jonathan. All right. And now we have, under Human Services, we have Dave with a memorandum of understanding with CATA that I think a number of people in our largest geographic area by population would be interested in.
Yes, good morning, thank you. I come and ask for consideration of approval of a memorandum of understanding with the,
Do you guys want Dave over here for the better angle? If you could, Dave.
Oh, okay,
Just sit
sure.
over at the side table here.
Oh, I can do that.
Kind of thinking this is going to be one of the
Okay.
news stories from the
Well,
commissioner meeting
Okay.
today.
Well, this memorandum of understanding is between Center County Transportation and the Center Area Transportation Authority, better known as CATA, for transportation services to government court service locations within the Borough of Bellefonte, bringing people from their member municipalities to the facilities here in Bellefonte, the 3 county facilities. Includes courthouse, Willow Bank, and the CSB building, the new building. This would be providing trips for individuals with no funding, where CATA would help fund those costs based on the fare structure listed here below, and the client would pay $5 each way. So if they came down and back, it would be a $10 fee to bring them to the facilities. It's only those 3 facilities, and it's only funded for those individuals that don't have any funding. And it would be in effect for a year, obviously, and then continued on. There's no real cap on it, but I know that they were bringing people here under the CATA Go service and the CATA Ride service previously, and since July, that has stopped. So they want to make sure these individuals get to where they need to go, and I think just help their people out within their member municipalities. So, yeah.
Well, I think that's fabulous news, Dave. We'd really like to thank your department and CATA for working together. I bet you Julia had a little bit to do with it too. As the deputy administrator, I know the solicitor spent a little time on it as well. But benefit the citizens of the State College area to come visit the new community services building, courthouse complex, and the Willow Bank building for county appointments.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, anyone 60 and older, anyone who's already participating in some other county program, those programs would pay for it.
Yes,
But here at CATA would pay for it. And the great thing, because we asked the question, at least in the short term, there's really no cap on it.
No, not
Yeah.
at this time, and I did reaffirm that with them yesterday, and the fact that we're going to provide this service, and if, obviously, if it became an astronomical number,
No,
they would
yes.
have to reconsider, but
Yeah.
we don't see that happening. I mean, I don't think there's an overwhelming number of people that need that service, but there are some, and they want to continue to serve them, which is why they've asked for this agreement. Yes.
It's fabulous.
Yep.
So glad that we've got the partnership and collaboration with CATA for this particular issue.
Yes.
Commissioner Concepcion?
Yeah, thanks. I'm just really glad to see this because this was one of my really major concerns when
Right.
some of the townships and borough of Bellefonte discontinued their membership in CATA. So
Yes.
this, I think really helps meet some of those needs that we were worried about with making sure people, throughout the county have access to transportation to our facilities. And,
Yes.
this is one good-sized chunk of the county that this will help cover, so.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks so much for your work to get this through.
Thank you. No, we appreciate the opportunity to do this, for sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
glad to see it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Commissioner Dershowitz?
I think $5 for a ride's pretty reasonable. If you consider what it actually costs an individual with a car, that's a good deal.
Yeah, I think it is, Commissioner, and it just, it provides that opportunity for individuals. So, the word gets out and people know that it's available, they'll utilize it more.
So if someone would like to use the service, they call the transportation office
Yes.
and get on the schedule?
Yes, they would call our office at 814-355-6807, and any of the reservationists could set them up for the trip, set them up as a client, and obviously we have the ability with our service and our structure of how we do things to pin where they live and know that they're within that municipality, so yes.
That's good.
And this is available to anyone in the CATA member municipality area.
Correct. As I understand it, they'll do it for anyone that lives in any of those municipalities, correct, yes. The township, the various townships that CATA and CATA Ride serve, correct, yes.
which I believe is what, State College Borough, Patton Township, Ferguson Township, Harris Township, College Township. Is Half Moon part of that, or did they
No,
withdraw?
Half
They
Moon
withdraw.
is not, to the best of my ability. That
All right.
went away several years ago, yes.
All right, and do want to reiterate, this is shared ride.
Yes.
So it'd be great if you could call 2 business days before,
yep.
but even up to, what is it, 1 or 2 o'clock, maybe the day before,
Well,
business-wise?
usually by 2 o'clock the day before is when we shut off.
Yeah.
But there are times that we have to shut it off earlier due to the number of trips.
Yes.
So the sooner you call to schedule, the better. Yeah,
Yes.
Yep, yep. We take reservations actually 2 months in advance, so.
Wow, all right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
as soon as you know you have an appointment, it's a good time to call.
Absolutely, yes,
Great.
Commissioner, it is. It helps us in the planning process, for sure, yes.
And you will be sharing the ride with probably
Yes.
several other people.
More than likely, there
Yeah.
will be more than you on the van.
Yeah.
That's how we make it sustainable for us to continue the services,
Yeah.
yes. Yep.
We do appreciate CATA stepping forward on this, because I believe the full fare in most cases is either going to be $24.50 or $27.50, depending on the mileage.
More than likely, yes, it would come in those 2 ranges for
Yeah.
the most part, yeah. Yep.
So this is to the Willow Bank Building, the courthouse, and the new Community Services Building.
That's correct, Commissioner, yes.
Which the Community Service Building opens,
Yesterday.
there we go.
There we go.
Yep,
Right on
it's
time.
open,
Yeah.
yes.
Perfect timing, Dave.
So, and obviously, if you go to the courthouse and you want to spend time and have lunch or something, it doesn't matter. You schedule the times you want dropped off and picked up, so, and we work with that, so, yeah.
So if someone has jury duty, for example, is that an
Yes,
acceptable?
yes, we'll get
Okay.
them here, yes.
Oh, there we go.
And I
How long they
think,
might be there, but.
Yes.
I think that's one of the more useful times that they're going to be needed,
Yeah.
is for those type of services, yes, yes.
One Wednesday a month might start to get pretty busy in your
Oh, yeah,
office then.
oh, yeah. Well, and that's fine, we'll be ready for it. We may have to come back and ask for more help, but
Okay.
if it's for that reason, that's a good reason, yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have questions from the press on this new initiative?
CATA provided this service before, or the county provided this service before?
Well, both of us provided it, Gary, as far as various services throughout the county. But these are individuals that CATA basically brought here, that they provided the trips for them. They paid CATA a small fee, I think, to do the trips, the same as they will us, yes.
I was just wondering why I got CATA involved, and this couldn't be just part of the county program, transportation.
Well, in a sense it is. It's just that CATA's offered to fund these individuals because they fall under what we call general public funding, which they had to pay full fare. So that's, CATA approached us about doing this because of the fact they wanted to help subsidize this transportation since they no longer come to Bellefonte.
In regard to recent changes in the Bellefonte area, are you looking at any other possible partnerships with CATA?
I don't think so at this time. I mean, we can cover most everybody else through the funding sources they have and the fact that the county service is countywide.
Is your ridership numbers for the Bellefonte service about what you expected, or how's that going?
It's pretty much where we thought. It's, we're seeing a little bit of an increase on a regular basis, but nothing drastic at this point. So yes, we're right where we sort of figured we'd be, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary. Any questions from the rest of the press? Jacob, Tim? All right.
All right.
Well, again, Gary, Dave, very much appreciate you, your staff, CATA, solicitor, Julie, everybody working together on this. Looks like it's going to benefit a number of people in the State College area.
I think it will.
And, it covers a hole we had
Yes.
in providing services to the citizens.
Yep.
So this is great.
Would now be a good time for us to, I referenced earlier that we've opened a community service
Yeah.
building, that if somebody now, probably it would be helpful if people knew what was in the community service building as far as services and offices. And I know we don't have a list of them ad nauseum, but I think we can probably hit most of the ones that.
So, like, as the name sort of alludes to, it's all of the county's human service agencies, which many of them used to be either in the Summit Park Building or here at Willowbank. They're all in one centralized location now on East Howard Street in Bellefonte. And then also our elections department is also in the building, as opposed to being scattered throughout, a few of the county's buildings. They're now in a centralized location.
And the senior center is going to be joining us over there.
In the near future, yes, the Bellefonte Senior Center will be moving in as well. And then there will be there are a couple tenant spaces in the building that we are hoping to have service providers join us in the building.
But that's Veterans Affairs, Mental Health, Intellectual Disabilities,
CYS, MHID,
Adult Services, Aging,
Yep.
The Drug and Alcohol. They're all over there now.
Yes.
Also moving some records and some facility services there too.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of different things.
And there
if you're
will
going
be
to use your services, now a lot of the things that people are traditionally used to coming to the Willowbank building or somewhere else for will now be directed
Yep.
Only one stop.
over to the old Centercrest building, if you will.
Yeah. So one thing I would ask of the public is that they're to bear with us as we continue making improvements to the parking lot.
Yes.
So there will be some construction activity that lingers on for the next couple, for a couple months. But after that, we'll have additional parking.
We have a lot of landscaping work to do yet to
Yes,
finish
as
up,
well.
But it should be a really nice facility for everyone to access services. Thank you for
Sure.
for sending them there. They should probably know what they're there for.
All right, unless there's anything else, I think we could take a motion.
Then I will move we approve the memorandum of understanding with CATA.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the memorandum of understanding with CATA. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. Great, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, you and your staff, and I believe in just a minute, Faith has, I think it's 7 items for us, and we'll have to approve them in 2 different groups.
Good morning. Yes, I have 7 items for you today, and the first 3 I'm requesting same-day approval, and then the final 4 for consent agenda. So the first is our 4th quarter or final report for the State Food Purchase Program, or SFPP, through the Department of Agriculture. This year, we were granted $102,471.12. And with that funding for both admin as well as food purchases, we were able to serve 1,926 households in Center County. The breakdown was 1,067 children, 1,854 adults, and 1,233 seniors. The second item is our conditional award for rental assistance through the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, or PHFA. We were awarded $70,000 for that program to continue to assist with our personnel costs as well as direct rental assistance programming to the community. And the third is the conditional award for housing navigation, which is a service we will continue with PHFA as well. Moving forward, we have a contract renewal with Housing Transitions. This is for our rapid rehousing program. It's one of our HUD grants. This is to start October 1 for the federal calendar year for $432,582. The last 3 are environmental reviews. These are 3 of the 7 projects that we have for the ERAP 2 25% for affordable housing. So the first is Anchor May Investments, LLC. The second is Nassas Trailer Park. And the third is Phillipsburg Revitalization Corporation, which they actually have 2 of the 7 projects. Because this was a very unique endeavor and process in how we had to align with the federal housing program, we were very fortunate that Elizabeth Lose in the planning office was able to help them to complete like a modified environmental review in this process. And because of that, we need to come to the board for the official authorization to sign off on it, just so we're in compliance with the program.
Great.
That's it.
Well, thanks, Faith. A lot
Yep.
going on in just these 3 items. Appears that in the last state fiscal year, we assisted almost 5,000 people with the State Food Purchase Program. And of course, a big lift for the ERAP 2 housing program. But all those projects, I think, except for 2, are pretty much complete at this point. And The other
Yep.
two are working rapidly to get finished on time.
Yeah, yep.
Any other questions?
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Dershowitz?
Big shout out to the other food banks that make it
Yes.
happen in Center County as well.
Yeah.
It's very
Agreed.
good. Very, very good. That,
Yeah, we have a
keep-
great network here.
We do. We're blessed.
Then I will first move that we approve adult services items 1 through 3.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the first 3 items for adult services. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, nay. Motion carries. Let's move on to
All
the
right.
next 4.
Thank you.
I will move that we add adult services items 4 through 6 to next week's consent agenda.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to add the...
I'm sorry, it's 4 through 7.
4
Yeah,
through
4
7.
through 7, yeah. Last 4.
Yep, we have a motion and a second to add adult services items 4 through 7 to next week's consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, nay. Motion carries. Great, thanks, Faith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
have a very short consent agenda today.
Move to approve this week's consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this week's consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, nay. Motion carries. And now we have Lorraine from Downtown Bellefonte, Inc. For a Victorian Bellefonte Main Street Planning Grant. And would the press prefer to have her at the side table? Okay, I see some nods on that. So yeah, if you'd actually come around and... Thanks for coming, Lorraine, and appreciate all that you and your team are doing for Downtown Bellefonte.
Thank you.
So thank you for having me. I'm passing around a visual I wish I had forwarded for display. But I don't know if this can show up at all on the screen or not.
We could try to telephoto
But,
it a little bit.
I'm here to represent Downtown Bellefonte Incorporated, which is a 501c3 supporting community economic development in Bellefonte. We work closely with all of the 501 similar organizations in Bellefonte. You'll see on this infographic I've given you, it includes Historic Bellefonte Incorporated, the Historic Railroad, the Chamber of Commerce, Happy Valley Adventure Bureau, and Bellefonte Historic and Cultural Association. We are interested in regaining Main Street designation for Bellefonte. It had it many years ago, and due to some funding lapses, we lost that certification. The DCED, Department of Community and Economic Development, has recently reopened funding, and we are applying for a 1-year planning grant that makes us positioned with 5-year strategic planning to apply for some of their larger pieces of funding. Some of the things that have been tabled, showed in the lower right corner of this infographic, are things like, well, first of all, Talleyrand Stage is moving along, but there's a Safe Routes to Park project. There's a Light Up Bellefonte Facades. Rod Beers building has been demonstrating what we could do to make the town more inviting and safer. The bikeway, walkway to Titan Energy Hollow, or Titan Energy Park. Signage, and then maybe some Elm Street designations. Elm Street's the parallel program for neighborhood development in some of the historic districts. So I'm really excited about this. We are getting all of these organizations working together under the acronym BASED, Bellefonte Alliance for Community and Economic Development. And all of the 501s that I've mentioned have provided letters of support for this grant, so we're all in it together.
All right.
All working together. Happy Valley Adventure Bureau, through their person at the train station, is providing communications support for us. And are doing some match for the grants. And so while it's a smaller piece of funding, $50,000, it will get us through the strategic planning process. And I'm just really excited because all of the organizations, including the borough, we have a letter of support from them, are on board with this and ready to move forward. So I feel like it's a really time of energy and focus for Bellefonte.
Well, that's wonderful, Lorraine. The commissioners are, of course, very happy to support economic development in Bellefonte, and over the last 10 to 12 years, we've seen great things happen there. For a period of time, there were no retail spaces for occupancy in Bellefonte. That's cleared up a little bit. I know we've had a number of new businesses open in downtown Bellefonte, and it's now a very vibrant community with a substantial amount of growth happening in the greater Bellefonte area. And we would definitely like to thank the Happy Valley Adventure Bureau for providing a significant portion of your planned local match for this one. That's wonderful. Commissioner Concepcion?
Thanks for all of the work that you've done putting this, organization together to be ready to apply for this. It's really, I think, really good progress. The cooperation amongst all of these organizations, I know, has been something that's been a work in progress over the last few months to a year. So this is, I think, really promising, and really glad to be able to support this application and hoping that it comes through. I think having a strategic plan that pulls together all of these groups would be just really a good step for Bellefonte.
I think that will happen whether we get the funding or not. It will be great to get the funding.
Yes.
But, we're ready to move forward. One important piece, you mentioned the downtown storefronts. Part of this planning is we'll be required to establish an inventory of all of the business space in downtown Bellefonte, so that when we get a call, where is there space available from an interested business, people know what's available and where to send them.
Good.
Great. Commissioner Dershowitz?
No, it sounds great. I think you've got a lot of good membership in this effort, and I think you should be very successful. When would you know what the answer on whether the grant was successful?
The people at DCED said they are shooting for December. They could not guarantee me a date, but that would be the approximate time.
Would this mean that we get Rick Valello to come visit us and say good things about our town?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Questions from the press? No? All right. Well, we definitely can give you the commissioner's copies of these if you want.
Oh, and here's a draft of the proposal, which will be submitted hopefully Thursday morning.
Great.
Okay, great.
Oh, good. Thank you. All right, then I would be glad to move that we approve the letter of support for Downtown Bellefonte, Inc.
I will second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve the letter of support for Downtown Bellefonte, Inc. All those in favor do so by saying aye. Aye. Yeah, Gary does have a question.
Have you talked, I assume you've talked to downtown businesses, you've got a consensus on this? I asked because I remember before when there was Main Street Manager, it developed certain folks in the downtown have different ideas and that kind of thing. Have you worked with the downtown owners, that kind of thing, to get more of a consensus?
There is a very active business owners group that have sort of a grassroots organization. Some of them, they started with the Allegheny Street shops, but it includes Bell Mercantile. They meet every one Thursday a month for breakfast. And I've joined in their breakfasts, and we've had lots of exchanges about what we can do together. So, for example, the Bellefonte Wine Walk will happen October 18th. They started visioning this, and the next chamber meeting I went to, the chamber was also talking about it. And so they've come together, and that event is going to happen. But yes, that group is not on this organizational chart, mainly because they're casual and don't have a president to give me a letter of support, but we meet with them every month.
Great, thanks, Gary. Good question. Any other questions? I think I forgot to say opposed nay, but I think everybody was an aye on this one. All right, great. Thank you so much, Lorraine, for coming, and we wish you luck. And
thank you, Lorraine.
We'll get you a copy as soon as we get the ink on the paper.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And now we have Stephen from the CEDACOG Joint Rail Authority with a large grant to repair 5 bridges along the Nittany and Bald Eagle Railroads, which I believe is primarily, if not entirely, inside of Center County.
Primarily, yes, Center County. It does extend into Blair County and up to Lock Haven in Clinton County. So the Well, let me, if I could just take a brief minute. You folks were really great in supporting us on our RTAP 24 grant request that we were awarded last year. That included 2 bridges and a culvert in Center County. We just awarded a contract last week for the culvert in one of the bridges, so that work will occur this fall down on the Nittany Main. And then there's a bridge that will go out to bid this winter for spring-summer construction, where that's actually the removal of a bridge and replacement with a large diameter culvert. And in case you ever wondered, we have 134 bridges over 10 feet long, and many of them much larger than 10 feet as we cross in multiple locations many of the large rivers across our system. 35 of those bridges are in need of repair, and so this has become the JRA's focus in the last 5 to 6 years, and we'll continue that focus until we can get that down to zero with the immediate need to repair. And I think another good example is the Milesburg Bridge we replaced this spring. In the borough of Milesburg, for those folks down there, and it was an amazing collaboration and partnership we had with everyone, including the county and the commissioners.
Flood mitigation, it was pretty urgent.
Yeah,
Yes.
right, right. It solved a lot of problems for everyone, including us, and so we're happy to be part of that. So this RTAP 25 application, which we're to put in this Friday, includes 3 bridges in Center County. If I remember, I think it's 5 bridges or 6 bridges.
I got 5 pages here, yeah.
Sorry, 5 bridges, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's one in Blair and one up in Clinton County. And these will all be on the Nittany Main. The Nittany Main is our main, one of our main railroads that's important to us. And then in addition to our freight, Norfolk Southern also runs on the Nittany Main through an agreement with us. And then, of course, the Bellefonte Historic Railroad Society runs on the Nittany Main and so forth. So I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Maybe more of a statement, just really want to thank you for your support for the Bellefonte Historic Railroad Society. Great group of people. The kids love it. Most of their excursions are selling out. And they're looking at engaging with nonprofits around the county for fundraisers. It's absolutely tremendous what they've done over the last couple of years, and I know your organization's been super helpful to them, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree. It's great to see them. They have their legs under them now, and they're really starting to blossom with the availability of their special weekends and so forth.
Yep.
Steve, could you maybe just go over a little bit about what rail traffic in Center County looks like? I know a lot of folks don't know what's being hauled, what you do. I mean, they might hear the trains, but they might not understand what the trains are up to.
And that's probably true because many of the industries are kind of hidden. You know, they're not out on the main commercial corridors and so forth. But we service Hallbaker and Graymont up in the Pleasant Gap area, and I think Growmark is up there. So, you know, that's aggregates, powdered limestone aggregate, and then Hallbaker is shipping aggregate up north using the railroad, so that the good folks up in Powder County and McKean County, and they have access to reasonably cost aggregates. They also bring in asphalt oil, which then is used in a wide majority of the asphalt plants in Center County, but much
That's where
further
they're located
reach.
along your rail lines.
Yeah. We service Hylex down in the Bald Eagle Valley, and that's plastic. They make plastic bags. We service Center Concrete, bringing in cement from out in Bethlehem area via rail. And then we have other customers, of course, up in Lycoming, First Quality. I'm sorry, Lycoming, Clinton, First Quality, and then folks down in the Blair County side in Tyrone, We just picked up Del Grosso as they purchased a warehouse down there
Oh,
on
yeah,
our rail.
for their expansion, yeah.
Yeah, so that's real great.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So
You're
in addition to the Great Ride for Kids, we also have thousands of industry jobs that are supported.
Oh, for
as well.
sure, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Commissioner Concepcion?
Yeah, no questions, but glad to see this moving forward. And, you know, these maintenance projects, you know, you want to get it done before it becomes a replacement project.
That's
so,
right.
Yep.
Yeah, do I have questions from the press on this? No? All right, looks like we could take a motion
All
then.
right, I'll move to approve the letter of support for the CEDACOG Joint Rail Authority.
Second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve the letter of support for the CEDACOG Joint Rail Authority. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. Great.
Thank you.
very
Appreciate
much
your
for
support.
coming. I
Thank you.
appreciate it, Stephen. All right, moving on to CNET sponsorships. I think John's got one.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. It's that time of the year again. It's time for the sponsorship of the taping of the Center County League of Women Voters Candidates Night, which is scheduled to be held on October 15th.
Great, thanks, John. Unless there's any questions, we'll take a motion.
I'll move to approve the CNET sponsorship of the Center County League of Women Voters Candidates Night.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the CNET sponsorship of the Center County League of Women Voters Candidates Night. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. Moving on to the check run.
Yeah, for our check run today, the check that I'd like to recognize is to Center Region Parks and Recreation, as the County Office on Aging does provide a significant amount of funding towards the operations of the Senior Center in the mall, also known as the Active Adult Center, which is used by seniors from throughout Center County. And with that, I would move that we approve the check run dated August 22nd, 2025.
Second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the check run dated August 22nd. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. Is there an administrator's report, John?
Nothing to report at this time.
All right. And now we're moving on to a presentation highlighting county operations for the county's 225th anniversary. Probably cover several of our 52 different departments and row offices.
Good morning.
Morning.
So Chad and I are going to do this together for today's historical presentation. And really what we are highlighting today are our departments that support the ability for us to function as Center County government. So we have a lot of departments that are very public facing. These departments will have a little bit of public facing, really allow us to do the work behind the scenes. So that first department is our facilities department. You know, back through the history, we have, you know, seen the term superintendent, building directors, department heads. We are back to superintendent kind of structure. But the county owns approximately a little over 450,000 square feet of properties. And so they are responsible for maintaining those properties for us. The majority obviously being located in Center County. But we do have our two MDJ offices as well. Historically, they took care of Centercrest when it was Centercrest, and now they are taking care of it as the Community Services Building. And so our facilities team has grown over the years with specialties such as HVAC being in their areas for them to focus on and really take care of our buildings for our staff and public. Walking into that is our risk management and workplace operations. That department started in 2005. We've had two directors in that time frame. And as you know, they really look at our potential hazards, our risk. They really look at it from an insurance perspective, taking care of loss, prevention, damage, workers' comp, cybersecurity policies, and has really grown that. They've then grown, and they now are working with our wellness, safety, and they took over in 2023 our custodial team. Which if people are looking for jobs, we are currently hiring for our custodial teams. And the department that helps us with that is our Human Resources Department. We have a robust Human Resources Department. From what we have found, about 1976, we found a personal department, as it was called, being creative. And since then, we've had 14 directors. In our HR department. Kristen, our current one, is our longest standing HR director for that. In 1967, we had some policies that mentioned personnel leave, sick time. So the HR department has really expanded over the years that the work what they do in terms of onboarding, offboarding, recruiting, and employee care. And our last department that I'm going to talk about is our controller's office. So as you know, controller's office is a row office.
Yes.
In 1800, it really was elected auditors from 1800 until 1971. That's how that office was operated, by electing auditors. And then in 1971, when we were designated as a Class 5 county, fifth class county, we then held our first election. And then since 1972, we've had 3 controllers in those roles.
Not very many.
That's not very many. So that department really, focuses on that maintenance of the ledger, the accounts payable, auditing, and also payroll, as well as them, and our retirement.
Yes.
And so they really have taken on those responsibilities under county code and operate our office as they are today. I'll pass it over to Chad then.
Great segues, Natalie.
Yes, along with our controller's office, our finance department helps with fiscal affairs of the county. This department provides accountability, oversight, helps support the budget and decision-making processes as well. We started seeing the finance committee formed in 1990, and then in 1994, county hired the first employees dedicated to the finance department. So there's been, I think, 4 or 5 directors since then of the finance department. Next, we'll talk about technology. And so computers go back to 1972 here in Center County. We used to rent an IBM punch card system that was used by our tax assessment department. In 1976, the county created a data processing department. And that department had 5 employees. There was a director, there was a key punch operator, a computer operator, computer programmer, and clerks. And then as technology evolved, this evolved into management information systems department, starting at the early 80s. They had about 5 or 6 employees. And up until 1993, when the county sort of got out of having that function in-house, in 1993, the county contracted with 3 different companies to provide IT services. And then that evolved into what we are today, which is information technology services. We have 8 employees, which is a blend of contracted staff and county staff. We serve about 100 different servers, have over 1,000 desktops and laptops. We have receive about 5,000 IT request tickets per year internally at the county, and are in charge of several hundred terabytes of data that we store in various facets throughout county government. And then the last department is records management. So this started really with the foundings of the county. In 1800, departments created and stored their own records to begin with. As those records grew, we started keeping those in the courthouse attic for a while. In 1973, the county partnered with Center County Library and Historical Society to house records at their facility with a $10,000 allocation to the library, with the stipulation that would help with the new building, and they would help store records, and we still have some records stored over there today. In 1977, we rented space in the Brockerhoff building to store records. Official records department was joined with elections in 1985. So we had an elections and record office in 1985. And then in 1992, started hiring record-specific employees. We renovated the boiler room down at the Hill for a dedicated records management center. And then in the late 90s, we started contracting with Automated Records to store some of our boxes off-site, which is now Iron Mountain. Kind of give the scale of what we have. We have about 4,000 boxes down below and about 15,000 boxes in Iron Mountain. And with our new community service building, we'll be able to bring about 5,000 boxes from Iron Mountain on site at our new building.
That is a lot of boxes.
And I think, to go back to your IT function. I think people have to realize how important your function is for cybersecurity, because not only do we have court records, but we have a lot of personal information from folks that we're charged with services. And, you know, I don't think people appreciate how much work that is and how many threats there are out there for a system as large as yours. And we really appreciate what you do to keep us secure and keep the citizens' information intact. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we would like to thank all of these operations departments and row offices. Obviously, some part of it's public facing, but a lot of it is servicing the other 560 or so county employees and a lot of the partners that we have throughout the county. Hundreds and hundreds of additional people who are mostly doing the work for the county at that point. So love the segues and the connectiveness. Commissioner Concepcion.
Yeah, thanks for this history. It's really surprising to hear some of the different combinations of offices and how they were put together. And, you know, the fact that it was only relatively recently in the county's long, long history that we had a finance department, which was surprising to me.
No?
Yeah. You can see the finance and budget and like, you can see terms within our history, I would
Yes.
say,
Right.
Chad
Yes.
would say.
Mhm.
But truly dedication across the county can later.
Any questions from the press on the county operations? All right. Moving forward, do we have a
Thank you.
voters register? Thank you. Thanks again, Natalie and Chad.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Do we have
I
a
have
voters
a
registration report?
Abbreviated voter
Okay.
report. I think most of their systems are operational. They had one piece of it that was not able to get us the precinct level reports with their move to the community service building. So anyways, on our voter registration report for today, we have 101,661 total voters on the report. Of those, 41,219 are Democratic, 161 Green Party, 555 Libertarian, 15,690 with no affiliation, and 42,023 of those registered Republican voters. And that is basically all the information I have for this report. I think we'll have more next week.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner Concepcion. Under announcements, Center County government offices will be closed on Monday, September 1st in observance of Labor Day. John, do we have any executive sessions to report or hold?
No executive sessions to report or
All
hold.
right, and the remainder of our public meeting schedule on Thursday, August 28th, Finance Committee meeting at 9, Board of Elections meeting at 10, Employee Benefits Trust meeting at 1, Tuesday, September 2nd, of course, 10 a.m. Commissioner meeting, and Thursday, September 4th, combined Salary Board and Board of Commissioners meeting at 10. Any general questions from the press?
John, just to clarify, so if the public has any dealings with human service offices, veterans, elections, or whatever, they now go to the community service building.
That is correct, yes, and we would ask that all Human Service Agency traffic would come in off of East Howard Street, and elections is on the back side of the building off of Wilson.
Thank you.
Great question. Any other questions? Yeah, Jacob.
So yeah, speaking of the community services building, I know that y'all are planning a grand opening for that, but I was just wondering if you had any idea when that might be and when we could expect to maybe get in and see the facility.
Yeah, we're kind of planning two different grand openings.
Okay.
One is going to be a little more private one for county employees, elected officials, and press. And contact JJ for the exact date on that. And then in October, we haven't scheduled the date for that one yet. In October, we're going to have one open to the general public, and we're kind of crossing our fingers and hoping the parking lot might be done in that time frame. Because, of course, we can accommodate county staff, press, and elected officials with the current parking lot. But if we would have 200 or 300 people show up for the public event, parking could get a little crazy. So, yeah, as John said, as of yesterday, all of the county departments are moved over there and are ready to start accepting visits from the public. We do apologize, the landscaping isn't quite finished yet. So good question. Any other questions from the press? No? All right. Unless there's anything else, looks like we could take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have motion and second to adjourn at 11:23. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries.
Great.
Thanks, everyone.
So, you want to vote in Center County? To be eligible to vote in any election, you must be registered in the county 15 days or more before said election. You can check your registration status at vote.pa.gov. Click on Register to Vote, then check your voter registration. You can register online to vote at vote.pa.gov. Click on Register to Vote, then select Register to Vote Online to complete and submit your registration online. Or, if you want a registration form mailed to you, click on Register to Vote, then Register to Vote. You can also download the form straight to your computer, print it out, and mail it directly. If you are voting for the first time in a polling location, you will be required to show ID. You can verify authorized types of ID at vote.pa.gov. Click on Voting in PA, then First Time Voters. Additionally, if your address changes, you must update your registration. This could change the location where you go to vote. You can update your registration online as well at vote.pa.gov. Remember, if you want to vote in Center County, you must be registered in Center County for your ballot to count.
We are the Community Diversity Group. Our mission is to foster an inclusive and interactive community which attracts and retains a pool of potential employees and residents from underrepresented groups. We accomplish this in many ways, including sponsoring events like the Community Resource Fair, publishing a monthly resource flyer, and providing public training and educational and networking events. You can find us online at communitydiversitygroup.com.